Are you always waiting for someone else to decide for you, depending on others for every step? If yes, this story is for you. It might just change the way you look at life. In a small town, there lived a young man named Devanch. He was kind-hearted and had big dreams, but he had one major weakness. He always relied on others to make decisions for him. Whether it was about studies, career, or personal life, he would always look to his friends, family, or teachers for advice, expecting them to guide him at every step. Devanch's father, an old and wise man named Satyadev, noticed this habit and grew concerned. One evening, as they sat outside their house, his father said softly, "Devanch, come with me tomorrow morning. I want to show you something important." Curious, but unaware of what his father had in mind, Devanch agreed. The next morning, Satyadev took him to a dense forest near their town. As they walked deeper into the forest, Satyadev pointed to a young tree and asked, "Tell me, Devanch, how does this tree stand so tall and strong?" Devanch thought for a moment and replied, "Because it gets water from the soil and sunlight from the sky." Satyadev smiled and nodded. "That's true, but imagine if this tree started relying on another tree to grow. What do you think would happen?" Devanch was puzzled. Satyadev continued, "If a tree depends on another tree for support instead of standing on its own, it will never grow strong. And the moment the other tree falls, it will fall too." Devanch listened carefully, taking in every word. Then Satyadev took him further into the forest until they reached a deep, old well. Its walls were covered in moss. Satyadev picked up a stone, dropped it into the well, and asked, "Did you hear that?" Devanch replied, "Yes, I heard the stone hitting the water." Satyadev looked at him and said, "Now imagine, if the stone refused to fall because it was waiting for another stone to accompany it. Would it ever reach the water?" Devanch shook his head. "No, it wouldn't." Satyadev smiled. "That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you, my son. You're like that stone. You're waiting for someone else to take the first step. You're waiting for others to decide your future. But life doesn't work that way. If you keep depending on others, you'll never reach your destination." Devanch stood there, deep in thought. He realized how much time he had wasted, waiting for validation and guidance from others. He remembered the many opportunities he had missed, just because he was too afraid to take responsibility for his own choices. From that day on, Devanch decided to change. He started making decisions for himself, no matter how small. He stopped waiting for others to push him and took control of his own actions. At first, it was difficult. He made mistakes, faced failures, and even doubted himself. But with each step, he grew stronger and more confident. Years later, Devanch became a successful entrepreneur. People in his town admired him for his courage and determination. One day, a young boy named Aniket approached him and asked, "Sir, what is the secret to your success?" Devanch smiled warmly and replied, "The day I stopped depending on others and took charge of my own life, everything changed. Depending on others for every decision can keep you from growing. Success and self-confidence come when you take responsibility for your own actions. If you want to change your life, stop waiting for others. Take the first step, today." So just like Devanch, are you waiting for someone else to make the first move in your life? How many opportunities have you let slip because you were waiting for permission? Now it's your turn to take control. What's the first step you'll take today? Share your thoughts in the comments and make sure to hit subscribe. Let's inspire each other to take action.